So, we need to talk about a pretty stark new forecast. It comes from the World Meteorological Organization, and it's looking at the next 5 years. And frankly, it's sending a really clear, really loud signal about just how fast our climate is changing. Look, we're not going to waste any time here. We're jumping right to the heart of this thing because honestly, it's that important. And it really all boils down to one single number: 1.5 degrees Celsius. Just let that sink in for a second. This number, it's been the number, right? The benchmark, the big red line that everyone's been talking about for years. It's that critical target from the Paris Agreement. And for a long time, crossing that line, it felt like something way off in the future, right? A distant threat. But what the WMO is telling us now is that it's not a question of if anymore. It's a question of when. And when is, well, basically right now. This isn't some far-off problem. It's something we're literally on the verge of facing. Okay, so let's dig into the actual numbers from this forecast. We're going to break down the probabilities, and I've got to warn you, they're pretty striking. 86%. That's a huge number, a really high confidence figure. So what does that 86% actually mean? It means there's an 86% chance that at least 1 year between 2025 and 2029 will blow past that 1.5 degree limit. Think about that. Within the next 5 years, it's almost a sure thing. Okay, but that's not all. There's another big number in this forecast: 80%. And this one is all about breaking records. I mean, we've all felt it, right? Record-breaking years seem to be happening all the time. Well, this forecast says there's an 80% chance that one of the next 5 years is going to be even hotter than 2024, which is currently the hottest on record. So let's see how this all fits together. And this chart really puts it all into perspective. What you're looking at here is the entire range of temperatures they're predicting. So for any year in this 5-year stretch, they're expecting the average temperature to land somewhere between 1.2 and almost 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Just look at that. The whole range is smashing right up against that 1.5 degree line, and in some cases, going way past it. It really shows you there's just no wiggle room left. So, okay, these are some incredibly serious predictions. It kind of makes you stop and ask, who is the World Meteorological Organization anyway? Like, why should we take this forecast so seriously? Well, this is them, the WMO. They're the ones behind all these numbers we've been looking at. And you need to know, they're basically the United Nations' go-to authority on weather, climate, and water. So when they say something, yeah, it carries a lot of weight. So what do they actually do? Their job is basically to get everyone on the planet to work together on this stuff. Everything from taking weather measurements to coordinating massive climate research projects. We're talking about a huge global scientific organization. And these guys have been around for a long, long time. I mean, their roots go all the way back to 1873. The WMO, as we know it today, was set up in 1950, and then it became part of the UN a year later. So this isn't some new organization. It's an institution built on, over a century of scientific collaboration. And just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, the WMO has 193 member countries and territories. So basically, the whole world. From their main office in Geneva, they coordinate all the data and research that goes into these massive global climate reports, including, the exact one we're breaking down right now. Okay, let's pull all this together. We've got this super credible global scientific group, and they're giving us a forecast with some really, really stark numbers. So what's the bottom line? Why does this matter so much, right here, right now? It really all comes back to this one stat. This is the heart of the warning, an 86% chance. That means crossing that line isn't some maybe someday thing anymore. It's now the most likely thing to happen in our immediate future. And here's the kicker. Even if we only cross that line temporarily at first, it's a huge deal. It's a massive warning sign. It's basically the planet's climate system sending up a flare, telling us, hey, we are now entering uncharted territory. A whole new, more dangerous phase where things get a lot more severe and a lot less predictable. And, that's where we have to leave it. The science is clear. The forecast lays out a very probable path for the next 5 years. The WMO has absolutely sounded the alarm. So the only real question left is, now what? Now that we know this, what happens next?